Welcome into Larry Miller Field on the campus of Brigham Young University for game number 3 of our 4-game set today here in the 6A baseball tournament bracket play here on KSLSports.com. This matchup features the number 1 seed and defending champion American Fork Cavemen and the number 9 seed, the Jordan Beetdiggers. And Trevor Allen alongside Taylor Morris. And Taylor, 2 games gone by, 2 completely different games. What should we expect here?
I don't know. I think that anything can happen in the playoffs, right? When the pressure's on. What did we talk about last game at Corner Canyon and Lone Peak? Is that they knew each other. Lone Peak beat them 3 times, and it wasn't by a little amount. They kind of beat the crap out of them the last 3 times, and Corner Canyon found a way to win. So I think anything can happen. I think American Fork needs to know that, and they know that, and the coach needs to come into this game and say, hey, look, anybody can beat anybody. The 2 top seeds that were favored, they lost. So none of that matters now that you're in the playoffs. You need to attack every game like it's brand new, and you can't look across the field and underestimate your opponent.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the lineups here. First, we'll go with the Jordan Beetdiggers since they will be batting in the top of the innings. They are led by head coach Chad Fife, and they will go this way. Batting first, playing first base, is Dallin Mulder. Batting second, playing left field, is Beckham Livingston. Batting third and playing shortstop is Cade Carter. Batting fourth and playing in right field is Isaac Salazar. Batting fifth and pitching is Talon Peterson. Batting sixth and is the designated hitter is C.J. Sumner. Batting seventh, playing third base, is Gage Nalder. Batting eighth and behind the dish at catcher is Easton Wortman. And batting ninth and playing second base is Cody Kemp. And not playing, but is playing in center field, is Joey Peak. Now, for the designated home team batting in the bottom of the lineup is the American Fork Cavemen, Taylor Morris.
So we got leading off, batting the 1 hole, we got Bodie Gagaro. And then batting 2, playing second base, we got Gavin Robinson. Batting third, catching, we got Cash Polson. Batting fourth, pitching, we got Kenny Johnson. Batting fifth and playing first base, we got Talon Willardson. Batting sixth, playing right field, we got River Litke. Batting seventh, DHing, we got Bentley Taggart. Batting eighth, playing left field, we got Ty Homestead. And batting ninth, playing third base, we got Jens Price. And then not hitting, but playing center field, we got Cash Thais.
And so now we'll look at the pitchers. First for the American Fork Cavemen, Kenny Johnson will be on the mound. And for Kenny, he has 10 appearances, 6-0 record, 1.59 ERA, and 39 2/3 innings pitched, 34 hits allowed, 15 runs, only 9 of them earned, 16 base on balls, 25 strikeouts, and only 1 home run allowed in 167 batters faced.
Yeah, so what that tells me is, Kenny's going to pitch to contact, right? Not a ton of strikeouts, which you don't need, right? You got 25, so a decent number, but that's telling me he's staying in the zone. He's not walking a lot of guys. He's pitching to contact, letting his defense help him, getting out of jams, which is exactly what you need. Hopefully he's able to go long is kind of what their coach is hoping, make this a longer game. But not afraid to throw one of their best guys with a lower ERA. Not like we said just beginning of the broadcast, not underestimating any team. We're going to come out and throw our best. And we need to come out and win a game and not drop in losers bracket after game 1.
And then for Jordan will be Talon Peterson. He has 11 appearances, 5-1 record, 3.02 ERA, and he's pitched in 58 innings, 59 hits, 35 runs, 25 of them earned, 14 walks, 41 strikeouts, 6 home runs allowed in 260 batters faced. And heading into the box to get this one underway is the first baseman, Dallin Mulder, for the Beetdiggers. And we are just about underway here in Game 3. The first pitch, check swing, and they're going to say he did not go through, so ball 1. American Fork last year beat the number 10 seed Lehigh to win the state championship. They're defending their title this year as the number 1 seed once again. and they've won pretty much a state title since the beginning of 2020. They've won on even years, or odd years, 2021, 2023, and 2025.
That's impressive.
They're kind of like the Giants.
That's impressive to win 3 titles in odd years like that.
And 12 baseball titles. Now they're trying to go back-to-back. For the first time since 1985. 1984 and 1985 is when they went back-to-back for baseball state titles.
It's an impressive feat they can do that.
3-1 the count for Mulder. Jordan, normally a 4A school, playing in 6A for baseball. As the count goes full. And I believe the Beetdiggers, they were in Region 3 as well. So they played American Fork and won one of those games. We'll get to those here in just a minute. But, yes, the Beetdiggers beat American Fork in Game 1 back on March 31st, 7-6. And then they lost 4-5 and 2-8, or 8-2, excuse me, in the other 2 games. That one's up into left field, and it'll go foul. So Jordan has beat this American Fork team before. And Taylor, if the first 2 games of the day were any telltale sign, is that it's always room for an upset.
Yeah, anything can happen. It just depends on who shows up today. That's the fun part about baseball is you still got to come in and attack and not underestimate teams. So anybody can win this game. The first 2 games just showed us that.
Here's the pitch. Fouled off once again. That one's over in the bullpen for American Fork.
Yeah, Mulder's driving that pitch count up here. He's continued to fight. He's making Johnson throw a ton of pitches here, which is exactly what they wanted in this first at bat.
It's fouled off once again. Stays alive on that one. This is the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Make it 10. So using pitches early is Kenny Johnson. Oh, it's crushed into right center. But the center fielder's able to get it towards the warning track, and that's Cash Taisi.
Yeah, what a play out there by center. That was a tough play, especially getting back to the wall. What a swing, though, too, by Mulder. But that's a good at-bat. Didn't end the way he wanted it to, but it's kind of how you want to start.
And number 27, Beckham Livingston, the left fielder, come to the plate. .264 average, 14 hits, 4 RBI, and a double. Calls timeout on that. 1-0 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Here in the early going. We're a little bit behind, so we apologize. First 2 games have gone long, and strike 1 right there. So that evens the count. 1-1.
Nice pitch to get back in there. A little off speed again. Had him on his front foot. He was expecting fastball there and got some off speed.
Fouled off once again. A lot of pitches.
Yep. This is kind of the way that Jordan want to start. Obviously with hits would be even better, but they're just trying to get to him, right? Have him throw a lot of pitches, see a lot of pitches. That way when they come up again, they've seen him a ton. They've seen what his stuff does. Can really attack him again.
And they're going to see if he went through, and he didn't, so that'll even up the count at 2-2. Lifted into shallow left center, And the catch is made for out number 2, once again by Cash Taisi. And that'll bring up Cade Carter, the shortstop. And for Cade, a .356 average, 31 hits, 17 runs, 23 RBIs, 6 doubles, and 2 triples. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. And another one lifted in the similar area, but the second baseman this time will get it, and that'll end the inning. That one collected by Gavin Robinson, and that'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down.
Exactly how American Fork want to start it. Right
and
there.
we'll see what they do when they come to the plate next here on KSLSports.com.
Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
Bottom of the first inning. Trevor Allen, Taylor Morris here with you. Game 3 of our quadruple header. Our nightcap will be number 4 Riverton taking on number 5 Lehigh. And leading off for the American Fork Cavemen, Beetdiggers. For him on the season, pull up their numbers. .316 average, 24 hits, 23 runs scored. That's pretty efficient. 14 RBI, 5 doubles, 4 home runs. Not bad for a leadoff.
No, not bad at all. I think they're all pumped up and ready to go now. We got some outcasts that just played, so that's kind of get you juiced up.
Yeah, I'd say. A lot of out-of-state games played for these Cavemen. Lost in region play once to Lone Peak, once to Lehigh. They lost to Riverton in a 1-game series, and then they lost to Jordan. Other than that, been piling up W's.
I mean, they're the number 1 ranked team for a reason.
Yeah, definitely. And in order for them to get here, they beat Farmington 8-4 and 17-3 in the Super Regionals. And for Jordan, they beat Layton 5-3 and 11-3 in the Super Regionals. Shallow left field, out number 1.
Left fielder called him off. Did exactly what he was supposed to do. Hey, this is my ball. I can see it better than you.
The ball has gone pretty much in the same direction and high.
Yep.
So far with the first 4 at-bats.
Not a lot of solid hit balls, just a lot of high pop-ups.
Yeah.
Easy catches, basically. Except for the first one. That first one was a good swing. Just, center fielder made a good play.
Grounded to third. And out number 2. So our first grounder of the day from Gavin Robinson. Now Cash Polson, catcher, will come to the plate. Cash, .378 average, 31 hits, 20 RBI, 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs. That one goes into the gap for a base hit. So Cash Polson is aboard with a single.
Something simpler there, just right up the middle, Didn't try to do too much. Hit it right up the middle. That's why he's batting 3-hole.
Speedrunner coming in since he's a catcher. Number 13, Hanks Jacobson.
Doing exactly what I try to teach my 7U team. Just
Yeah, right in the
Nice
gap.
and simple. It's nice and simple. We're not trying to do
Are you
too much
guys any
force.
good?
I'd like to think so. we're leading the league, but you never know.
You're leading the league? Okay, well.
Some games are good, some are bad, but
Sent to center field, and that catch is made for out number 3. And when we come back, I'm going to call Taylor out on a lie that he told earlier. we're gonna finally come to the truth of this when we come back here on KSLSports.com. Welcome back, Trevor Allen, Taylor Morris, and Taylor. I'm calling you out because for one, you've called me out multiple times today. And two, you told a story in the first game about your time playing at Cypress High School, and you guys played Bishop Gorman, and we won't talk about the final score. But you were pitching, and you allowed a home run that went really, really far, and it was a college scout or a coach who came up to you and said that it wasn't the farthest that they've seen.
It was a scout.
It was a scout.
It was a professional. It was a pro scout.
Said that wasn't the farthest that they've seen, and we have confirmation from your coach Bob Fratto, who legendary Bob Fratto, by the way. And I'm calling him out because I'm betting he's tuning in right now. He's told us that he's been tuning in.
He is.
That was the farthest that they've ever seen, and that the scout I think was probably just trying to butter you up.
Yeah, Frat was he's just trying to tear me down. Had to let me know. He had to humble me a little bit.
Even years later, and I'm here for it. Okay.
Now, to be fair, it was the college scout coach who said it was the farthest he's seen, or not the farthest he's seen. But he's seen a lot of professional players, so of course it has the farthest he's seen. But to this day, it was the farthest home run that Frat said he's ever seen give up.
Yeah.
Thank goodness that
it sounds like that went to like the football field. I think got crushed.
It had to have been 500 feet. Thankfully.
Oh my gosh.
Thankfully. Gallo went to the pros. That made me feel a little better instead of just some Joe Schmo, But
Salazar on the leadoff. That is now retired as Isaac Salazar flies out to left field. Again, another fly out here for the Beetdiggers. Now the pitcher, Talon Peterson, will come to the plate. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that people knew. It's because I know there's
you hold me on the air.
People in your circle, and I know Coach Fratto, which by the way, a great coach and a great person. Yep. I wanted to give him his flowers.
Yep.
That one's fouled
Legendary
off.
Coach.
But I'm glad that he's holding you accountable and saying that was not the farthest he's seen.
You know how the old ball coaches are. He's got to come up here and just remind me who I am. Humble me a little bit.
Yep.
Tell me, what he saw, what type of performances I put up.
Yeah, it sounds like you struggled.
I gotta give a quick shout out to my two sons, Jeter and Jacoby. I know they're watching right now, listening. So I told them I'd give them a shout out.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Do it. As you can tell, Taylor's a baseball guy, naming his kids after baseball players. We've seen that plenty today.
Yes,
rosters.
We have something in common with all the other teams. We've seen Boston, Bo,
Bronx,
Ripken. Yep. I love it. Love those baseball names.
Oh, shout out to the boys. I would shout out mine, but he's not tuning in.
He's not. He's like, Dad, you do too many games.
Yeah, I do a lot of games. I'll give a shout out to Austin Bigelow, who's freezing his rear end off right now.
We appreciate you, Austin.
Austin's the man. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Peterson. Swing and a miss, and he's down with the first strikeout of the game here for Kenny Johnson.
Kenny's throwing a good game. He had a couple long outs there where, he had the one that was over Cash's head, and he caught it. And then they had another one that was hit towards Ty in left field, and it kind of in the gap as one. He caught it. So, that's just a credit to the outfield for American Fork. When you have a solid outfield like that can cover a lot of ground, a lot of times they're playing other teams. Those are hits, right? Those are in the gap. Those are doubles. Those are triples, and they don't, they get them out. So
2 outs. C.J. Sumner, the designated hitter, is at the plate, batting in the 6th hole. Outside for ball 2. The winner of this game will play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against the winner of Lehigh Riverton. The loser of this game will play at 1:30 against the loser of Lehigh and Riverton. This is a College World Series format, and it's double elimination, so today's games, it's all about just seeing where you stand if you go into the consolation bracket or the winner's bracket, and strike 2 right there brings the count full. So no one's eliminated today, but tomorrow we'll have either a number 2 seed or a number 3 seed for sure going home.
That's crazy. I mean, to think that either Lone Peak or Mountain Ridge could be done tomorrow after those 2 teams and the seasons they've had just shows you that you can't take any seeding for granted. So you just have to show up and play every game. It doesn't matter what you did in the regular season.
Exactly. That one's fouled off. Just barely nicks the bat. And in the on-deck circle, if we get to him, is Gage Nalder, the third baseman, in the 7 hole.
Yeah, Sumner's really battling here.
The payoff, fouled off again.
They've been doing that a lot. Again, I think that
I wonder how many Frosties that they've given out.
We're talking about the right things now when we're talking about Frosties, but, Jordan is just, they're battling. Even from the first hitter where they went, 9, 10, 11 pitches, they're continuing to battle. Now, I know Johnson's not a big strikeout guy, so that makes sense, but you're driving his count up. I mean, we're already at, 34 pitches in through 2 innings.
2 innings? Wow.
That's where it's like you're continuing to get to this guy, and then the more pitches you see, the more comfortable you get with the guy. You know what his pitches do, right? And then it allows you to become a better hitter as the game goes on.
Here's the payoff. Fouled off again. This has got to be the 8th or 9th pitch of the at-bat.
Yep. And about probably 4 or 5 Frosty balls.
Yeah. Although the net has probably saved a few of those.
Yeah, it's true. Do the players get Frosties if they bring them back? You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's something we'd have to bring up with UHSA, but not
the right
Watson.
questions here, Trev.
Yeah, I'll have to hit up my guy Brandon with the UHSAA. So base on balls.
That's a perfect at bat right there. Being able to go to a full count and then taking the walk, especially after
all of those fouls.
Yep.
Yeah. For those of you tuning in, the reason why we're talking about Frosties is because the UHSAA said if the people in the crowd bring the foul ball back, like that one just went, that one might hit a car. You bring it to the press box and you get a free Frosty.
Yep.
Taylor's been in that last game, tried to go get a few of them, but I told him he can't leave the broadcast booth. So
I actually I scoured the entire facility after that last game and looking for Frosty
I was wondering
balls.
where you went.
Yeah. Not bathroom break, not food. I was looking for Frosty balls. So
okay. Fouled off again. That one, you could hear that roll right above us. That one, it was a gentle roll, though. It wasn't like a big smack and then.
Yeah, like it sounded like lightning,
Yeah. That was like a gentle foul ball. Don't know if there's such thing, but it was gentle. That one's into the turf for ball 1. So Kenny Johnson trying to get out of this inning. They've only given up 1 run or 1 hit. No runs so far given up. Actually, I don't think they have a hit. Jordan doesn't. So the scoreboard might be wrong. Trying to get me again. That is a base hit now. Hit into left field. Round into second as the ball goes into the corner. And so Gage Nalder with a double. And that has C.J. Sumner at third.
What a swing. It looks like they were shifted over or something. The left fielder was playing pretty close to center, unless maybe it just looked like that because it's down the line, but it took him a while to get there.
Easton Wortman will come to the plate in the 8 spot. He's the catcher. Yeah, he is the catcher for the Beetdiggers. Has 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Johnson. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the delivery. Outside for ball 1. Count should be even, 1-1, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
1-1.
Yeah. For those of you at home, you can understand that Taylor's on top of it.
Don't say that because now I can't make any mistakes. So
Well,
I'm going to get ridiculed.
well, don't make any mistakes. And that one's a strike.
Thanks for the encouragement.
So the count is 1-2. It says in the ballpark it's 1-1, and that's not true. There we go. Now they fixed it. But you all at home wouldn't know. Because Taylor's on top of it. Here's the pitch.
Oh, says he got him.
And they're saying he got him. Brushed his shoulder. So he'll head to first base, and the bases are loaded. Ducks on the pond. 2 outs. I've always wanted to say that phrase, ducks on the pond.
Ducks on the pond. Now you can say it because we got bases loaded.
Yeah. So Cody Kemp. Wortman will have a speed-up runner, who's number 5. Tegan Kemp. And at the plate now is Cody Kemp, the second baseman in the 9-hole, bottom of the order. Here's the pitch. That one goes down Broadway, strike 1.
Quick 2 strikes. It's kind of definitely not the position you want to fall into there, but
especially with Dallin Mulder waiting in the wings, and plus you have a chance to take a lead over the number 1 seed.
Yep.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning big time. At bat there for Kenny Johnson. And that's his second strikeout of the game. We'll be back with the top of the
bottom of the second.
Bottom of the second. I'm telling you, the scoreboard people, man, they're gonna be they're really on me today. I'll get it right when we come back here on KSLSports.com. Welcome back to Larry Miller Field on the campus of Brigham Young University. Trevor Allen, Taylor Morris. Our coverage brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tab responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. And yeah, if I sound like I don't know what I'm doing as far as like the innings, it's because the scoreboard people here in the ballpark are throwing me off. Like Taylor's like a couple of people away from me, and he has the laptop. He's the one staying on top of everything for you at home.
Yep.
Or on the KSL Sports app. And I go off the ballpark, and those people have been messing with me.
I think they're doing it on purpose.
I feel like they are.
Which
but they don't know me.
I could have put them up to it. I could have put, hey, I need to prank this guy.
That makes
Let's
more
mess with
sense.
And
now we're starting to get to the bottom of this.
Just wait till we get to the 4th game. You're nice and tired. It's been a long day.
I'm going to be done with you, dude. Especially if you're the one doing this. 1-2 the count for Talon Willardson. He's playing first base. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Yeah, I do have to give credit. I don't know who's doing the scoreboard because that's like 2 doors down from us. But
it's a hard job.
It is. Not one I'd want to do.
No, not at all.
It's fouled off once again. Staying alive is Willardson.
Yeah, Willardson's he's fighting him off, and Peterson, he just keeps attacking, which is good. Don't just keep attacking. That's what we saw in the first 2 games, right? What do the pitchers do, especially in the last game with Lone Peak? What they did with Corner Canyon was let's just keep attacking these guys and keep them on their feet or keep them on their toes, and it was successful. Right? They didn't walk a lot of people, right? They kept pushing, throwing strikes, and later get down to the game. It's the 5th or 6th inning. You're up 1-0. You're just holding them at bay, and so that's what they did, and that's
Just
kind of what
really good defense.
Yeah, Jordan needs to do that.
A base hit, a leadoff single, potentially a double, and he's thinking about it. He'll go back to first. Talon Willardson is aboard, leadoff single. And River Litke will come to the plate, playing in right field. So 5, 6, 7 hitters, and more than likely, unless we have a double play, we'll see Ty Homestead in the 8-hole. With Talon Peterson pitching for the Beetdiggers. And strike one.
We'll see if they get aggressive over here, with American Fork, or if Coach feels confident in their hitting, or if they're going to try to get a guy on second. I don't know what the speed is of Willardson, but as he picks off.
Yeah, the head coach for American Fork, Jared Ingersoll, has been the head coach at American Fork for, I think, over 20 years. Done a lot of great things for this Cavemen baseball program.
I mean, that shows with the championships that they have, right?
Yep. Fouled off again.
Yeah, we'll see. You got 2 strikes here. Maybe he starts to look and think about stealing here, but
River Litke getting a sign from his coach. They go over to first. Nothing there.
yeah, I think they maybe have an idea that he might be going there. Keeps throwing over, looking to throw over there. Yep, not going anywhere.
Chopper over to second, to first, and he's safe. So fielder's choice is how River Litke is on board.
And Jordan did exactly what he needed to do there, right? At least you got to get 1 before you can get 2. So at least let's just get that 1 out. They like to get 2, but last thing you want to do is try to rush that and not get any outs. Let's at least get 1.
Taggart Bentley, the designated hitter, at the plate. That one's high for ball 1, and again, more threat to stealing a base, this time with Willardson, or with River Litke. One out, 1 on. And a little bit of a reset here.
No MLB rules, where you only get 1 of those in a bat and you got to keep your feet in the box. So no speed up rules, but at least high school game moves pretty fast as it is anyway.
It can.
I guess it
Doesn't
depends on
always.
the game. Yeah, it's true.
It doesn't always.
I guess you're right.
We had some games last week that went 4 hours.
That's where you need your pitch clock rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say. But it hasn't become a huge issue yet. I mean, those are kind of rare.
Yeah. You're going to have those.
2-0. Sent into right center. And that'll be a base hit. Rounding third, coach is telling him to go, is Litke, and he'll be home. So that's a RBI double for Taggart Bentley.
Gets something in the gap, gets a double. Just what his team needed, give him some fuel. especially as the favorite to win this game, right? You got to get ahead. You can't let them hang around.
Although with
game.
how the other two games have been,
that's true. Anything can happen.
They're not the favorite; they're the underdog.
It's true. If we're going off how the last two games went.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, the bracket 2 is kind of in shambles right now. If you like upsets, bracket 2 is where it's at here in 6A.
Yep.
You've got number 7 Sky Ridge playing number 11 Corner Canyon in the winners bracket game tomorrow at 4:30, which means either number 2 Mountain Ridge or number 3 Lone Peak's going home tomorrow.
Which again is crazy, especially got
insane. 2
of the top 3 seeds that might be going home tomorrow. One of them that's it's a tough beat. But again, like we talked about, playoffs doesn't matter. Your record doesn't matter anymore.
Bring your hot bats.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you did in the regular season anymore.
Yeah, bring your hot bats. 2-0 the count as Ty Homestead is at the plate, the left fielder, batting in the 8th spot. And then Jens Price is in the on-deck circle at the bottom of the order. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. So hitter's count.
Yeah, Peterson's got to get back in the zone here. Maybe he's just a little flustered after giving up that double, but you got to let go, and you got to get back in the zone. It's only 1 run.
That one's a strike. Probably wanted to take that one just to see if Peterson was maybe trying to get him to chase.
Well, I think, again, I think most teams are going to take 3-0. They're going to make you come to them. Last thing you want to do is be swinging at a 3-0 ball, and you help the pitcher out, right? You want to make sure they come to you. If they can't throw strikes, let's make them throw strikes first.
So American Fork with a 1-0 lead. As there's a kid from the American Fork dugout chasing down that foul ball.
Great effort there. We got to give him a shout out. What number is he?
33, I think.
33. Great effort. Great effort from McKay Robinson. Look at that hustle. Look at that hustle.
Good on him.
Yep.
Which is why we haven't gone back to play yet. They're waiting for him to get the ball because it was in the field of play.
Yeah, there he goes. The team's dapping him up. There you go. They know. Look at him putting that work.
Was he the one assigned to have to go fetch that?
Probably,
Is it like hazing?
No, you have all your underclassmen typically or are not playing in the game. They're typically the ones that are, tasked with getting the foul balls. So it's kind of like earn your dues, earn your keep.
Yeah, it's kind of like what you do with freshmen, making them carry around pink backpacks.
Exactly.
Although I don't know if that's really the case anymore. I mean, back when you and I played, and I know it's one of those things where it's,
what if I liked wearing pink backpacks?
Yeah, I mean,
nothing wrong wearing pink.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying back then there was something wrong with it.
Yep.
And I'm glad it's not now. And he called out at second. Great pickoff there. So that's out number 1.
That's tough. I mean, the coaches,
Tiger Bentley.
To get back picked like that, that's just something it can't afford to happen.
That's actually out number 2. But a base hit there for Jens Price. The third baseman is aboard. So that'll advance the runner from first to second, which is Ty Homestead. And then Jens Price with a single. Now we go back to the top of the order. Beetdiggers. Gajero.
Yep. And I apologize for my mistake I made earlier with that last name.
I do too.
Beetdiggers.
That one's low for ball 1. So 2 outs, 2 on, 1 run already scored for the Cavemen here in the bottom of the second.
Now you're back to the top of the order too.
First, I actually thought you were about to say top of the inning. That one is a base hit.
Try to score him.
That's gonna send.
He's going to third. Interesting move.
And he's safe. So runners at third. That's an RBI single.
What a throw, though.
For Gajero.
What a throw to third, though. I thought he got him. That was a great throw.
Well, the ball came out of his mitt.
Oh, it did. Okay. Yeah, if he holds that, that's an out.
Yeah, it is an out, but it wasn't. So Jens Price is at third. Ty Homestead scores.
And now they're at their 2-hole. They're right where they want to be, too. So Gonna be tough for
2
Jordan
outs.
to get out of this.
Yeah, Gavin Robinson, he grounded to third in his previous at bat, and then Cash Polson is in the batter's circle. He's got all of his catcher gear on just in case.
You never know. It's got to be prepared. I mean, it takes a long time to put the gear on.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't know if I'd want to play catcher, honestly.
Yeah, that's why they're the most selfless guys on the team,
Yep.
catchers.
Just to stay crouched in that position for a long
It
time.
doesn't feel
My
good.
knees hurt just seeing them
Doesn't
do
feel
it.
good.
Going over to first. Nothing there. You do gotta respect the attempt though, because they did get a pick off.
They did. Maybe hoping to get another one.
So runners on the corners. Fouled off. Almost hit Jens Price. Now another kid's going to go get that foul ball.
All right, let's give him a shout out too. We need to give all these kids a shout out.
Number 10.
Braden Litke. Oh, that might be Rivers' younger brother there.
Yeah?
Or we'd have this talk earlier. Maybe it's a cousin, it's a friend.
I don't know.
Assume.
That is not as popular of a last name.
That's true. That can't be just a coincidence there.
If it is a coincidence, I apologize.
Yeah.
Oh, and next say he got hit.
0-2 and he wears one.
Yeah.
That's just being a good teammate right there.
Bases are loaded.
Especially you got the 3-hole up. You got you got Cash coming up here. That's kind of something where you're willing to take it because you got an 0-2 count. Now you're on first and bases loaded, and you got your 3-hole up.
So Bodie Guerrero is at second. Jens Price is at third, and there's a mound meeting. Guessing the pitching coach is out there.
Probably
Just trying to get him out of
remind
the
them-
inning, yeah.
Yeah, just remind them, hey, we still got 2 down, so just attack this guy. We can't, again, if it's a different conversation when you're talking to the pitcher about 3-hole coming up versus like the 9-hole, right? The 9-hole is let's not get to the top, attack him. I don't care if you throw things a little more fat, but with the 3-hole, you still got to be a little more careful. You can't be throwing anything that's juicy. Maybe it's a first pitch curveball or something that you're, just trying to get the first pitch strike and then working around them there. But you can't. I mean, you got to throw strikes, but you also can't just leave one over the middle of the plate, especially if the bases are juiced.
Cash Polson singled in his last at bat.
And
He
just
gets
wore
hit,
one,
and so now that scores another run. So that'll bring Jens Price home. And Cash Polson will get a speed-up runner. That's number 13. Hanks Jacobson again.
Took off the gear, wore one, and put it back on. Good, pretty efficient there. Pretty
Yeah.
efficient at bat. Take him off for 5 seconds, wear one on the leg, and then put him back on.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
I mean, he's a catcher. He loves that stuff.
Guerrero at third. Gavin Robinson is at second. And Hanks Jacobson is at first as a speed-up runner. That goes right to the pitcher. He's going to run and then do a little lob to the first baseman.
Never
And that'll end
sure.
the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits and a couple of batters or of runners left on base. Now we'll head to the bottom of the third. Top of the third.
Top of the third.
Top of the third. There we go.
By the end of the broadcast, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I mean, probably by our 4th game, hopefully.
By the 8th game.
Here on KSLSports.com. Dallin Mulder will lead off for the Beetdiggers. Here in the top of the 3rd inning. Trevor Allen, Taylor Morris, American Fork putting in 3 runs in the bottom of the 2nd to take a 3-0 lead over the Beetdiggers. They're trying to change that trend that's happened the first 2 games today, and that is to have the higher seed winning. That did not happen in our first 2 games.
Nope. Yep, American Forks coming out and doing what the other teams did, is getting on top of the other team, set the precedence, throwing strikes, playing clean baseball.
Kenny Johnson already got 50 pitches, Taylor.
Yeah, it seems like maybe it's a situation where it depends on how the game goes, right? I mean, he's already at 50 pitches, but maybe he gets that right below 85 mark and they pull him, depending on what the score is. They're up, 6, 7, 8 runs. They might say, we're gonna pull him. But it also depends on the philosophy. Maybe they're not trying to count on that and just like, hey, we're just gonna let him go all 7.
Well, he's got 8 more pitches before he has to sit out for 2 days. Or excuse me, 2 days. As that fly out to left field. And now Beckham Livingston will come to the plate. 0 for 1. Want to remind you, our coverage brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tab responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. 0-1. Make that 0-2. Pitchers count.
Can I just say that American Fork and Jordan, both of their uniforms are just beautiful. They got some good-looking uniforms. I mean, that's just clean. Just got to point that out. I love me a good uniform. Just clean, something simple, just nice uniforms.
I'll ask you this: who and you can't say your favorite team just because you're biased. Who has the best uniforms in the major leagues?
In the major leagues.
In the majors.
For some reason, there's something about the Orioles and that orange looks good. I like that a little bit of that orange with the white. Especially when they're wearing their black. But, the Pirates, they got a good-looking uniform, too, when they wear the black.
Okay.
It's just super clean and simple. Trying to think of some other teams right now. I really like the turquoise one that the Diamondbacks wear.
Okay.
So, just throwing out some interesting ones there.
Now, what about the Utah Dirty Sodas whenever they have those uniforms?
Yeah, sure.
No, the Salt Lake Bees will open up a series tomorrow against Tacoma, I believe. 2-2 the count.
See, the Bees uniforms are already clean enough. You don't need to do anything to those. They're nice.
Yeah. No, it's just funny because obviously they have that partnership with the Dirty Sodas as the count goes full.
We're in Utah.
And I get the press releases on the nights that they play in those uniforms, and they call them the Dirty Sodas.
Then you call them the Bees.
Yeah, instead of the Bees. As that is a base on balls. A runner aboard now is Beckham Livingston.
Now they just got to do something with it. We got a guy on. Let's start to bring him around. You got the heart of your lineup here, so you can't go another through your lineup again without getting some runs here, especially against American Fork.
Cade Carter, 0 for 1 as well. Another pickoff attempt, this time for the Cavemen. Fouled off. That's 2 strikes.
Hey, boys. See you tomorrow. Thanks. You don't know how other guys feel about that box, batter's box. I don't know why I was thinking about this, but I just hate how it's just like a separate mat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's another episode of, as that's grounded to third. Over to second. And fielder's choice is how he'll be aboard. Another episode of What's in Taylor's Head.
Yeah, you never know what's in there. I'm just going to say it out loud. So, when we called the game of the Bees, it was talking about hot dogs and chocolate milk. Tonight it's Frosties. It's usually around food. But then, the ADHD brain says, I don't like the way the batter's box, gets discolored a little bit. That's just me. I get it. It gets worn up. It gets torn up so bad. So I'm just nitpicking.
Strike one. So 2 outs. As Isaac Salazar is at the plate. He flew out to left field in his previous at-bat.
I do have to say, after the uniform conversation, my wife texted me and said, the Yankees, she's a Yankees fan. She won't let it go.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, shout out to your wife. We already shouted out the boys earlier. Give a shout out to your wife. Sacrificing you being here all day.
Bless her heart.
Yeah. I would shout out my wife, but I know she's not watching, so. And yes, folks at home, they do love me. All right. The kids and all that, yeah, they do, but they get plenty of dad on streams.
Way too much.
Foul ball. I'm going to say way too much. Jeez, what are you saying? I'm starting to feel a little hurt here.
We appreciate you, Trevor. I appreciate you if your family doesn't.
Well, they do. I mean, but let's just say
give you a hard time.
They will be happy to have me home next week.
Yes.
1-2 the count, 2 outs.
Oh, yeah, he got him.
Now he's getting into a pickle. And he's tagged out, and that'll end the inning.
He's still in. He caught him leaning, and what a great pickoff.
Yeah, normally that doesn't go well when you get into a jam like that. So that'll end the inning. We will go to the bottom of the third after this here on KSLSports.com. Talon Willardson will lead off the bottom of the third inning for the Cavemen. He is 1 for 1 with a single in his last at-bat.
I feel like you know how to do the Soldier Boy. Can you do the Soldier Boy?
No, I can't do the Soldier Boy, no.
It probably took me back there, that little Soldier Boy song.
Nor do I want to try. Can you do it?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm an incredible dancer.
You definitely can. I could see it. I would say, can you teach me how to Dougie, but we're in BYU country, so it's teach me how to Jimmer.
That's right. Don't forget Jimmer. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, my.
That one is absolutely
That's
crushed,
a no-doubter.
And it is gone.
Holy cow.
And then some. So a leadoff home run by Talon Willardson, a solo shot that is sent to the parking lot.
Good Lord. As soon as that ball was hit, everybody stood there. Nobody moved. The right fielder took a few steps. They knew that ball was gone.
Yeah, it's pretty much not going to happen.
Yeah, that ball was hammered.
Absolutely.
Holy cow.
A no-doubter, going yard. Only the second home run today. The first one came in our first game between Mountain Ridge and Sky Ridge. But it's a 4-0 lead for American Fork. And River Lickey, you've got to follow that up, huh?
Yeah, what a hammer. He smacked that ball. That was
absolutely
I mean, nobody
crushed.
moved. Nobody in the field moved. They knew that ball was gone. He got a hold of that thing.
He's probably like, I wish there was more guys on base. Here's the pitch.
That's the only thing bad about solo home runs, right? There's nobody on, but
Shallow left field, caught for out number 1. Yeah, that was easily, would you say 360?
Oh, more than that. That had to have been like
370? 380?
380. Yeah, because that cleared the fence. It kind of almost.
Well, right over there, it's about
trees.
343 at that foul pole down the first base line.
Yeah, but it cleared the by. I mean, it had like a 20-foot, it was like 20 feet above the fence. It was cleared.
Yeah. Taggart Bentley had an RBI double in his last at bat, but then he got picked off later on. Try to go into the gap. Diving catch by the shortstop over to first.
What a play,
Can't make
though.
it there, but still a great play made there at shortstop.
That's a tough play.
By Carter, Cade Carter, making that diving catch. Just not in time.
So you remember that Joey Gallo home run?
Yeah, the one that went to Bishop Gorman's
Yes.
football field. Yeah.
So take that, and now add 100 feet. That was probably how far Gallo hit that off me. So we thought that
My
was a hammer.
gosh, 100 feet on top of that. That was crushed.
That ball was great. Well, to be fair, we were using composites back then, so
That's true.
Joey Gallo with composite bat, not BB core, not fair.
Yeah, that
Not
is
fair.
not fair.
So it wasn't fair to me. That was my excuse. It would have been a pop-up if we weren't using composites. That's what I tell myself, at least.
Yeah, that is true. 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes. Here for Ty Homestead. He reached base on balls and later scored. He scored on that, I think it was an RBI by Taggart Bentley. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So that brings the count 2-1 with 1 out, 1 on. Ty Homestead gets the call from his coach, Coach Ingersoll, on the third base line. Now 3-1. Hitters count. One hit for the Beetdiggers, 7 hits and 4 runs for the Cavemen. Here in the bottom of the third and a walk. So reaching base on balls for the second straight time is Ty Homestead.
Exactly where American Fork wants to be. They're trying to put on some more here. So first and second, already had the big home run. Maybe Willardson. You got, Litke and Taggart on. Now Homestead's looking to still stay patient and hopefully drive another run here.
Now we go to the bottom of the order with Jens Price. Had a single and later scored.
Running for the Cavemen, number 10, Braden Litke. At the plate, number 2, James Price.
Yeah, Price scored, I believe it was when the bases were loaded and there was a walk.
Yep.
Goes outside for ball 1.
Talon just got to dig in here. You still got to keep attacking. I know it's tough, especially after you give it the home run, but it's got to get back in the zone here. You got to forget about that. Still attack. Help your team here.
Try to go to second, but second baseman didn't go. And
Went
I
behind
thought
him.
that hit him.
Yeah, he went behind him. I thought for sure he'd wear that one, but
I thought he wore it.
no, he moved. He moved out of the way.
Well, it stopped behind him, so I thought maybe there was contact there, but either way, it'll stay in the box. 2-0 is the count. Here's the pitch, fouled off. That one goes to another parking lot that is just to the south of us. Oh, there's a couple. There's a kid with 2 foul balls right there,
Taylor,
Taylor.
give me one. help a guy out.
I'm surprised you didn't yell at him out the window.
I should have.
He was just coming across where we're at.
Yeah. I'll just have him get on the mic while I go get my own.
Oh, hey, no. I'm not paying him to broadcast.
I'll cut him a piece.
He's getting you a Frosty. What are you talking about? 2-2 the count. This broadcast has gone off the rails. I just want to apologize.
Good take there by Jens.
Yeah, it goes inside. Count goes full.
He had the big hit last at bat too. Seems pretty poised, especially
Yeah.
you get a guy like that at 9-hole, pretty poised like that. That's when you know your team's good.
And another big hit there. We'll see if it can be tracked down, and it is in right field for the Beetdiggers. That's Isaac Salazar, but the runner will go to third. 2 outs with runners on the corners.
Good swing by Jens, but it's just didn't get enough of it. Left a little too much air on it.
So Taggart Bentley is at third. Ty Homestead is still at first because he didn't tag up. And 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. Bodie Guerrero. Outside. There is some activity in the Jordan bullpen. They're too far away for me to track down numbers. Here's the pitch. Upstairs and outside, trying to paint that corner. Ball 2. Two-0 still. Steps back into the box. Guerrero. He's 1 for 2.
Try to catch him sleeping there. A little third to first action. Didn't fall for it.
Here's the pitch. Lifted into center field. That's going near the warning track. It's hauled in for the out, and that'll end the inning. So good job there by Joey Peak, who's not in the batting lineup but is out in center field to collect that third out to end the inning.
Good way to track down the ball there. That's what he did. I thought for sure that, Bodie would get around on that. It looks like he was looking at that pitch 2-1 and just missed it there.
Now we will head to the top of the fourth with American Fork with a 4-0 lead here on KSLSports.com. Top of the fourth inning. Middle of the order, 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Beetdiggers. Isaac Salazar will come to the plate first, and then pitcher Talon Peterson, followed by designated hitter C.J. Sumner. For Isaac Salazar, flew out to left field in his first at-bat. And so far, Taylor, Kenny Johnson, he's dealing.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what his team needed him to do. That they got a few runs on the board, but one hit. He's continuing to attack guys. He's got a decent amount of pitches, but we knew this going into this, that he wasn't going to strike a lot of kids out, but he's going to attack, keep him off balance. His defense is really good. Make him work. And that's what he's been doing.
And we'll get his pitch count when they get the stats back up. And nearly hit him. Salazar staying in there. Yeah, he was up there in the pitch count. 67 pitches before that, so 68.
Yep, he's getting up there.
That's quite a bit of pitching. And for sure, he will have to have 2 days rest. So you might as well at least go to 85.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here is he'll probably go up to 85. Who knows what they'll do at that point.
Yeah. Because then that would actually make him available. I believe that would make him available Wednesday. No, it'd be 2 days rest. So it would make him available Thursday for the if games. If there's an if game.
Yep.
Now tomorrow, I think coaches are going to be willing to run their aces more, because then they they would not be available until the championship series.
Yep.
Friday over at UVU. 3-1 the count. Salazar is able to get a base hit, leadoff double as he's going over to second. He'll slide in for the double. So a good leadoff there, the second hit of the game for the Beetdiggers.
It's a good way to get on the board, get the team fired up. He's pumped. Exactly how you want to start the inning right there. Just getting some down the line, getting a second. You need some momentum here. You need something to happen to go your way. So just continue to do your thing here and just try to string some hits together, even some walks. Just keep staying patient.
Nearly hit him on that one. Salazar had to duck out of the way of another pitch. It was actually the first pitch of his at-bat. And it looks like Coach is going to come and have a chat with his pitcher.
See if Peterson can help himself out here.
It's funny that the sun is out now, and it's to our backs. So poor Austin doesn't get any kind of warmth from that sunshine when he could have had that at any point during the day, our first two games, but it was all clouds.
I feel like the sun's not doing anything. It's still really cold. Maybe it feels good for the players out there, but here in the shade, I'm pretty sure all these fans, they look pretty cold.
Well, they don't have heaters like we do.
Yeah, it's true. Or Austin. Poor Austin.
Yeah, poor Austin. Although Austin kind of did it to himself when, in the middle of our second in this game, he laid down by the heater.
Yeah, you're
and then went out into the cold. Like, he kind of did that to himself.
Yeah, you're getting your body used to the warmth. It's not good.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to our guy, Austin Bigelow, as the meeting on the mound ends. 1-0 the count to Peterson. Ball 2. Here's the 2-0. Check swing. They're going to say he did not go through. So 3-0. Johnson getting up there in the pitch count now. 74 pitches. Make that 75. And strike one.
Right down Broadway for strike one. American Fork is, as the pitcher here, I mean, the biggest thing he's got to focus on is I got a 4-0 lead, so I can't be walking guys. Even though I gave a lead up double, just keep attacking these kids.
That one's fouled. So now the count goes full. Runner on second in scoring position. Jordan, a big opportunity here with no outs to try and get a run on board. Potentially 2. Swing and a miss. And Peterson goes down swinging.
Now to plate number 25, C.J. Sumner.
And that is the second strikeout for Johnson, at least that I have him down for. And both to Talon Peterson.
Nice first pitch curveball there for a strike. Getting ahead on the batter, not using the fastball. Kind of really opens the door for a multitude of pitches here that he could throw. Paint the outside corner of black or off speed again. Who knows? So he tried to throw off speed again, but didn't get there.
Yeah, that one went into the turf. Onto that mat that Taylor was alluding to earlier on the broadcast.
Mat that I love.
Yeah. I mean, feels like you're on like a platform maybe. You'll have to go down there and check it out.
Yeah, I'd love that. They might kick me out of the stadium if I try to get on the field, though.
Nah. They won't. Wild pitch. Now over to third is Salazar. Feels like he's been on second for a long time, and now he finally gets over to the third base bag.
Chance for Sumner here to just put something on the ground, get a run, something here, you know.
Sumner reached base on balls his last at bat. That one's fouled off. Man, a lot of these have been going like over the top of the ballpark.
Yeah. Those kids are going to be working extra hard for those Frosties. Those are going to be a little bit of a walk.
You got to track those down.
Yeah.
Some of those have limited access areas, though. So, you got to have one of these credentials to get around.
Making it hard to do that.
And that one is into foul territory, but the catch is made for out number 2. And the sacrifice fly is in, and Jordan's on the board. Oh, would you look at that, Taylor?
Oh, my day has been made. I appreciate you. Thank you.
As promised, I told you my guy would come in.
Look at that.
Brandon Riley of the UHSAA hooking us up.
Well,
hey, Austin, I'll give you 2.
I need someone to get on the broadcast. I need to go get a Frosty, so I'll be back.
So UHSAA hooking us up with some free Frosty coupons.
Look at that.
Taylor, you didn't even have to go fetch foul balls.
Yeah, look at that.
I told you, I got
guess
connections.
You're enough complaining.
Well, I've also you threatened to go get foul balls, and you don't need to. I told you, I have connections.
Sweet.
So shout out to Brandon Riley with the UHSAA. Great partners with KSL Sports.
Whoever wants a free Frosty and wants to come to the booth, I'll give them a card. Any fans that listen and they want to come to the booth. And come get a
look
Frosty
at that.
card,
We're doing giveaways now on this broadcast.
Yep, I'll give you one.
Jeez. Taylor's a man of the people.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole stream of people coming up now.
Yeah. I think the whole stadium's up here now.
You wish. 2 outs, 2-1 the count. So Sumner with the sacrifice fly. And so Gage Nalder, who had a double his last at bat, facing 2-2 with 2 outs. So deuce is wild.
That's where you turn your hat upside down, and you see it down in the Jordan bench right now. They were doing it.
There you go.
Got to do that. Your little good luck, you know.
Full count now. And that'll do it. Strikeout. So Johnson able to get out of the inning with just 1 run given up. And it is 4-1 in favor of American Fork. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th after this here on KSLSports.com.
Okay, so now he decides to exercise. Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
TapSpend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th inning. Yeah, see, the scoreboard did it again, Taylor. I looked at it, though, so I got it right. I get credit for that one.
You learned your lesson finally.
They actually gave him the run in the 3rd inning, and it should be the 4th inning. So, either way, 4-1 is the lead for American Fork as we're going to the bottom of the 4th. And leading off is Gavin Robinson. He was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. And then we'll see Cash Polson and Kenny Johnson. And then if we get to the fourth batter, that will be Talon Willardson, who absolutely crushed a baseball that I'm sure has still not been found.
He can't wait to get up and hit again.
Over that right field fence.
When you smack a ball like that, you just can't wait to hit again. Like, man, I'm ready to hit again.
He's like, can I just skip the line and go ahead again?
Yep.
That one sky high.
Yeah, that's way up there.
Into left field, into the sun, by the way. But still, the catch is made by Beckham Livingston for out number 1. They still haven't fixed the scoreboard here, Taylor, so I'm glad you're on top of it.
You know what? You just look over here. Don't worry, I got you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No more looking at the scoreboard for me, except for the pitch count. And even then, that sometimes has been questionable. Strike 1. There was a guy running up the stairs. I thought he was coming to take you up on your.
Yeah, he would have been.
Taylor wants to go take those coupons home to his family.
Hey, you know what?
I don't know why you were willing to give them up.
I want to give it to one lucky fan, one of our just good listeners that just been supporting us tonight. They deserve it. The people deserve it.
We do appreciate you putting up with us.
That's
wherever
the
you
best way
may
to put
be.
it.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting it that way. 1-2 the count. At times I feel like I'm doing a podcast. Cash Polson. That one goes down into the turf for ball 2, so that evens the count at 2-2 with 1 out. Polson was hit by a pitch, and he also reached first base on a single. And that one is sent into deep right field. Not quite to the warning track, but that'll be out number 2. So 2 down. Kenny Johnson.
And looks like you got Daniel Strope, who's in pitching. He's done a good job the first 2 outs here. Getting a couple fly balls.
Oh, there was a pitching change.
New pitcher.
Shout out to you, Taylor, for pointing that out. I don't even think I heard the PA guy say it. And they ended up doing that in between innings.
Way to come in and get 2 outs, though.
Yeah.
That's the way you come in and hold, because look, it's still a close ball game. So he comes in there and just attacks and gets 2 outs.
So that will be the senior. We'll get stats on him here in just a moment. So Talon Peterson is done. Grounded to second, over to first. Couldn't make that catch. He overthrew it, and so he'll go to second. So I think they will score that as a single with advancing on a wild pitch.
That might be an error.
Or a wild throw.
They score that, but that's probably a bad throw. I'd say that's probably an error, is my guess. But we'll see what they score right here.
Was he out?
No, he was safe.
They're just being a runner. Okay.
Yeah, those are hard, because the first baseman and the second baseman are both going towards it. You have to make a decision as first baseman to get out of the way, and second baseman was there, but it's too late for the first baseman to get back to first to actually cover the bag. So the pitcher's got to get over there, but as you see, throwing it on the run to the pitchers can be difficult.
So I think they'll still score it as a hit, though, at least a first, right?
They did score it in there.
Okay.
So to Jordan, which I figured they would.
So for Strobe, pull up his numbers. 9 appearances, 2-1 record, 3.26 ERA, 38 2/3 innings pitched as that one's fouled off for strike 1. 49 hits, 33 runs, 18 of them earned, 20 walks, 26 strikeouts, and 2 home runs, 192 batters faced.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's thrown a lot of strikes. You'd like to bring those walks down a little bit, but just means he's attacking guys. He's got a lot of innings, too. He's got a lot of experience this year.
Yes.
Probably a guy they like to go to.
Maybe probably a little bit sooner than they probably was hoping.
Yeah, for sure. And, what can be deceiving with stats is that, they could have guys like Strope that they're pitching against all the better teams, right? You might have other guys you're throwing against when you're up, winning 10-0 or you're getting blown out, right? So those are hard to see. I bet, with Strope, this kind of guy, he's probably coming into these situations a lot where he's facing tough competition, you know what I mean, and in a competitive game.
Willardson, swing and a miss there, 2-2 the count. You could tell he really wanted to send another ball over the wall. That one's high. Ball 3. We go full.
Yeah, Willardson wanted another one. He's like, I want another one of those long home runs.
Not as long as the one you saw in Nevada. Shout out, Coach Fratto.
Never forget.
Nope. You shouldn't have told me that story. And strike 3.
Strikes him out.
So right after he hits a home run, his last at bat, he goes down looking. So backwards K for Strope. And that'll end the inning. We'll now go to the top of the 5th with American Fork holding a 4-1 lead here on KSLSports.com. Welcome back. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Jordan will come to the plate with Easton Wortman, I believe. Yes, it is. And he tries to take the bunt. Wortman was hit by a pitch in his last at bat.
Could change things a little bit here with Jordan if they can get these bottom 2 guys on and flip them over.
1-1.
These guys can get on. They could be big for them to get back to the top of the lineup.
Now that one hit the awning above us too, and that one was more of a boom than the gentle one that happened earlier.
More of the boom.
Yeah. Check swing, and they call it a strike 3. And that is the 4th strikeout of the game for Kenny Johnson. Now Cody Kemp will round out the bottom of the order before going to Dallin Mulder, who's in the batter circle, the on-deck circle. That one's fouled off. Look at that hustle. I mean, he literally had to just hand it to the umpire right there.
Great hustle.
Still great hustle.
Yeah,
Can't give him a shout-out because he doesn't have a jersey number on, so kudos to you, kid.
Great hustle.
And another foul. That one is going into the crowd.
It's coming back.
Oh, coming back.
There we go. Free Frosty. Happy for her.
Oh, giving it to a kid.
Oh, look at that.
The kid probably thinks he can keep it, and you can't. Sorry, kid.
He might rather have the ball than the Frosty.
Mm-hmm. Although, who doesn't love a Frosty?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's an easy decision for me, but that's just me.
Kemp will pass the pitcher, but over to second. Plays made it first for out number 2.
Now, I will say that Kemp is fast.
Yeah, he's got some wheels.
He made that a little more difficult on second base than I think they anticipated when he hit that ball. That's just also hustle. Just got down the line quickly.
And we go to the top of the order with Dallin Mulder.
Dallins had two good swings. He got one under the last one, but the one he hit in the gap that Cash chased down. But he's some good swing. You can tell he's swinging the bat well.
He's had 2 flyouts, but he's been making good contact.
Yep.
Just can't get it down.
Yeah, you got to flatten it out now.
And the pitch count, 96 pitches for Johnson. Now 97, and that's a strike 2. Excuse me, that's 98 now.
Yeah, they probably try to see if they can go into the 6th with him.
Yeah, no matter what, he's going to have to sit out, or he's going to have 3 days rest. Now it's just a matter of can he go the distance, which is 110 pitches. And you could finish the batter, which we had 2 pitchers both go 110 right on the dot and didn't finish pitchers, or didn't have to finish the at-bats because they were already done. And called strike 3. Looking, so backwards K, and that'll end the inning. 5 strikeouts for Kenny Johnson now. And that will end the inning. We now go to the bottom of the 5th here on KSLSports.com. Bottom of the 5th, American Fork coming to the plate with a 3-run lead. On 7 hits, no errors. Jordan with 1 run, scored in the 4th inning on 2 hits, and they have 1 error. Daniel Strope is in at pitcher for his 2nd inning of work, and he already has a strikeout. As the Riverton fans are starting to pile in, getting ready to see their Silver Wolves battle it out with the Lehigh Pioneers, the runner-up last year in 6A, as a 10 seed.
That's what I'm saying. Anything can happen, right? Anything can happen in this playoff. We saw it in the first 2 games, and that's why I think each of the coaches are saying it doesn't matter now. Let's just go out there and perform, and we can beat anybody.
Grounded to third. It goes past the third baseman and the shortstop, and that'll be a leadoff single for number 3, River Litke.
Now, if you remember when they had their 3-run inning, it's kind of how it started, right? Got a guy on, 0 outs, and then they just started having some batting around. So that's kind of how it starts here, especially you get your bottom of your lineup going. This is where you can tack a few more runs on. So Strope's got to lock back in here, hopefully get something on the ground, double play. You get your middle infield playing double play depth. Try to get you 2 outs here.
Taggart Bentley, the designated hitter, he's 2 for 2 with an RBI, a single and a double.
Still had a hit and
that
run
one
on.
looks like it'll get into the gap, and he's got another one. He's going to head to second. The runner from first will now go home, and River Litke has scored, and so that's now a triple. So guess what, Taylor? Taggart Bentley is a home run away from the cycle.
Don't jinx him. We were talking about super.
He's already on base now. I can't do that now. So an RBI triple.
Looks like they had a hit and run on there too. Either that or he just felt like it was a good enough pitch where he's like, I'm not taking this even though he's still in. Cause it looks like Litke got a really good jump, so he's probably going to take second, but just worked out perfectly, ball in the gap.
5-1 lead now for the Cavemen. Strike 1 as Ty Homestead is at the plate. Back-to-back base on balls. He scored a run on one of those.
It's just being patient.
Yeah, so he's 0 for 0 technically in this one. As now he's got a base hit. That one is sent to right center, excuse me. And so that'll be a double, an RBI double, as Taggart Bentley scores a run.
This is where American Fork is starting to run away, right? And that's kind of where you don't want to be as Jordan, because when you have a team that's probably a little bit of a better team than you are, you got to try to stay ahead of them, and unfortunately that's not happening right now. I'm not saying they're out of the game, but this got some climbing up to do to try to catch back up.
So no outs, runner in scoring position once again. Jens Price is at the plate, trying to bunt. That one goes foul.
Looks like American Fork's probably trying to steal another run here. Move a guy over to third. Let's get to 7. Just taking any run they can right now.
Yeah, they might be eyeing that 10-run rule where they're trying to pour it on a little bit because that comes into play after 5 innings. Anytime after that. And so, I mean, they're only halfway there. So 6-1. Now one called strike. 0-2 the count now for Strope.
Now he's definitely not button.
Yeah, we probably won't bunt now. No outs. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he's going to head for first. And he gets there.
Yeah, looks like so. That's hard. Catcher kind of came inside to throw, and he looks like he threw it off. First baseman's got to give him a big target, but just looks like he threw him off the bag, unfortunately. Those are the mistakes you can't have when you're playing a team like American Fork. I mean, you got to have those outs. With each mistake you make, it just gets harder and harder to come back. And then you got top of the order coming back.
So Jens Price at first. 2 runners on. And now we're back to the top of the order with Beetdiggers. He's 1 for 3.
Yeah, tough position for Jordan to be in now, right? 6-1, guys on first and second, no outs. You got top lineup coming up for American Fork.
Here's the pitch. Now 3-0. Strope looking at second. Now he'll deliver. That one's low, ball 4. So a 4-pitch
Jordan's
walk.
got to get out there. They're looking out. They got to go out there and either. They don't have any warming up though, but might want to start getting someone loose.
Meeting on the mound.
Having a hard time just throwing strikes at this point. You got to make some adjustments coming up with the 2, 3, 4 hitters up, especially bases loaded. Tough position to be in here.
And we got the bases loaded with no outs.
Just try to bear down here. I mean, it's 6-1, but look, you're in the playoff game. You can't sit here and just worry about what the score is at this point. It's just, let's just attack here. If we can just try to get out, let's just take it one pitch at a time. It depends on how the coach is going to play it. If you're going to bring your corners in and try to cut off the run at home, if you're going to play the double play and try to just give up a run but take 2 outs, whatever way you got to do, just at least try to get out of this with giving up one run or less, out of these bases loaded. And I think you can call that a win. And then it's just like, hey, we just got to get our bats going.
Coach Fife having a conversation with the home plate umpire. Do we have a pitching change?
Yep, looks like we do. I didn't know we had to be warming up, but I guess he was already loose.
I think it's just one of the outfield player or one of the players out in the field.
All right.
So didn't have to warm up in the pen. Figure out who that is. Again, when they warm up, it's hard to see their jersey numbers. So this new pitcher's got to get out of a jam, excuse me. with bases loaded and no outs.
Looks like this is Tucker Zalman, number 11.
So Tucker Zolman.
Yep. I think he must have gotten loose.
Yeah, he must have gotten loose earlier. We didn't even see him come out with coach. So we'll get numbers on Tucker. But first, Gavin Robinson is at the plate. Two-hole hitter. He's been hit by a pitch, a ground out, and a fly out. And that will be fair. And so that'll send in 1 run, 2 runs, and a runner at third. So that is an RBI or 2 RBI double for Gavin Robinson, and that gives the Cavemen an 8-1 lead.
Yeah, 3 more and this game's over. So Jordan's got to lock back in here. You know, again, can't just roll over here and lay down. So let's just get back in here, try to get out here so we can get some bats. We don't want to just roll over and let this game end. They're bringing the infield in, trying to cut runners off, which makes sense.
Guerrero is at third. And Cash Polson is at the dish. So the 10-run rule is in play now. So you need 3 more runs if you're American Fork. Jordan, you don't want any more runs, and you need to start putting some on the board. Polson with a 2-0 count. Now 2-1. With Tucker Zalman. He's only had 2 appearances, at least according to Max Preps. 37.80 ERA. 1 2/3 innings pitched. 4 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned. That one is sky high into right field, and the catch is made. And now the sacrifice fly will come in, and the runner will advance to third as well. So another run aboard makes it 9-1 as Bodie Guerrero scores.
Yep, American Fork's doing exactly what they need. You know, even a sacrifice fly. Just continue to put guys on, get guys over. You know, they're trying in this game, this inning. You know, that saves them their arms. They don't have to use the pitching, right? They're trying to get this game over now.
Well, no matter what, Johnson will have to sit out 3 days. As Johnson is at the plate. He scored on an error, or reached base on an error, his last at bat. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. An 8-run lead here for the Cavemen. Fouled off. Stay alive.
Kenny's protecting. And Tucker's just got to keep attacking.
There's the pitch, and that one's upstairs for ball 2. Evens the count at 2-2. 1 out, 1 on third, and that is Gavin Robinson.
Worked it back to a full count. He's staying within himself. He's battling and, fouling all stuff off and making him come to him.
That one's high into foul territory over towards the bullpen, and the catch is made for out number 2. And runner is safe on the sacrifice fly.
Oh, what a play. What is some speed. Speed by Robinson.
And so Robinson will score, and now it's 10-1 American Fork. Now, Willardson is the last batter to come to the plate. That hasn't gone. So after him, and we've gone through the order in this inning.
Yeah, this has been exactly what American Fork wanted as far as an inning.
And driving a run here for Willardson would end this ball game.
I wonder.
He's already gone yard.
I wonder what American Fork coach is going to do. If he's just going to leave Kenny out there, if he's going to bring in relief since they're up 10-1. I mean, he doesn't want to give it a sure thing, but if he already has to get 3 days rest, maybe he just throws him out there to finish it if this goes into the top of the 6th.
Yeah. Which it might. There's 2 outs.
Or he might just say, hey, we're just going to rest our guy here, and we're pretty comfortable with the 10-1 lead, and we'll throw another guy out, someone else out there we feel comfortable about. Or he'll save his other arms, right?
Yeah.
And just throw Kenny.
It's,
Curious to see what they do.
You've got to have a real strategy to it when you have this kind of play, as this will be a base hit potentially. And, yes, he will reach first base. Now he's going to second as that ball goes over towards the Jordan dugout. So I think that they will score that as a base hit and then reaching on an error, reaching second.
Yes. That's a tough play. Not making that play. Props to second baseman. That was close to making it. It was pretty impressive to get over there. But, yeah, that's a tough play to make.
Now coming to the plate again, Taggart Bentley. His second at-bat of the inning. He had an RBI triple. That started this whole rally. Fouled off there. Oh, we had two kids fighting for that foul ball, and the one American Fork kid landed on the heel of the other kid. Injured him.
They're working. They're grinding out here, I gotta respect the hustle.
He was hobbling back to the dugout. That one's low. Ball 1. That one's outside, trying to get to that corner of the strike zone, but it'll be ball 2. Here for Tucker Zalman. Fouled off.
Willardson's out there trying to get as big of a secondary as he can, just to something squeezed by the infield they can score, win the game here. So he's still being aggressive on second, which you love to see.
Actually, this is River Litke. Apologies. So that one's fouled off. So Litke Had a single. I was looking one too far down on my sheet. So apologies to River. Had a single and scored a run.
You know,
last at bat here in the inning.
These free Frosty cards are getting pretty lonely up here. They're begging for someone to come get them. At least one of them.
Yeah, until you get a text from your wife say bring those home for your boys.
Don't be offering our free Frosties is what she's going to tell me.
You sound desperate.
Think of your family.
Yeah. Got to pay you somehow. Full count now. With 2 outs, runner at second. Litke. Here's the pitch from Zalman. Fouled off again.
He's battling. Got to do a full count here.
Yeah, two same kids tried to battle for that one. The one who got hobbled up, he didn't even attempt it this time.
He's got to get his ankle wrapped. Get ready back for tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to get ready for tomorrow.
Got to ice up and get elevated tonight, and then be ready back for tomorrow. Maybe throw on a brace or something.
Might have to. Looks like we're doing a pinch runner here. Number 13. For the Cavemen, that's Hanks Jacobson.
Running for the Cavemen, number 13, Hanks Jacobson.
Pretty much trying to get him to put the ball in play and let his speed get to the home plate for the win. For those of you expecting the Lehigh-Riverton game at 7 o'clock, thanks for joining us for the bottom part of this game, but we will be a late start for that one. That is a walk for Litke.
Yeah, American Fork's still staying patient. They know they have a 10-1 lead, but they're still staying patient. I mean, there's a reason they're the number 1 ranked team in the state as far as 6A goes. They stay patient, good ball players.
Some teams could be trying to chomp at the bit here to try and get that 10 run. And
you might think a guy
swing
might
at
get
a lot
up
of
there and
things.
say, oh, man, I want to end this game. And so you get up there and starts getting big, starts taking big hacks. Not a bad thing to take big swings, but it's got to be, within what you can do and not trying to, not trying to be selfish as far as trying to just swing out of your shoes situation.
Taggart Bentley now at the plate. He tripled, had an RBI triple, and then later scored a run earlier in this inning. Here's the pitch.
Yeah, you got to hold that one. But it looks like
Got a lot of that going to the warning track, and it caught.
It's caught.
There by the right fielder, Isaac Salazar. He's had a couple of good grabs today. And so that'll end the inning. So the Cavemen scored 6 runs in that inning, hold a 9-run lead. Jordan will at least have one more at-bat, or one more time at the plate. And so we'll come back with that at the top of the 6th after this. Well, Taylor, you got your answer. Coach Ingersoll is going to go with a different pitcher here for the Cavemen. And that will be number 11, Ty Homestead. And Homestead, just a sophomore, so an underclassman. He has 8 appearances, a 2-1 record, 3.94 ERA. And that sophomore as well, 26 2/3 innings pitched, 36 runs, 36 hits, 21 runs, 15 of them earned, 14 walks, and 25 strikeouts.
It's a solid stat line especially as a sophomore, batting 8th in the lineup. For this American Fork team, is the number 1 team in 6A. It's pretty impressive. You got a sophomore underclassman that's not only able to perform hitting and produce, but also pitching. And I know it's 10-1, but that just shows you that, the Cavemen are not kind of messing around here. They're not just going to throw some guy out there. We're still going to throw one of our good guys, our studs, out here just to close this game out.
Well, also, you've got 35 pitches to work with
Yep.
here in the next potentially 2 innings, depending on if they're able to close it out or not with that 10-run rule.
Yep, that's also in play too. Is hey, can we get out without using 35 and not force them to take any days rest?
But again, keep that in mind too. That say that he goes around 35 today, or even anywhere like if you go 2 days worth and you pitch 75 pitches, you're automatically done for at least a day.
Yep.
So that's also to keep in play. Say that he pitches tomorrow in their game at 7:00. Should the results hold up?
Yeah, maybe they're using it just more in relief. They might let him throw 15, 20, 25 pitches, and then maybe they use them tomorrow, maybe they don't. You know what I mean? It's just, I guess that's up to how they're going to handle it. They obviously got a lot of arms, so he may not be the only guy they use.
And Beckham Livingston with a leadoff single here for Jordan. And that's his first base hit of the game. And the third of the game for the Beetdiggers.
You got to try to pump yourself up too. We know it's 10-1. We know it's American Fork, but this is the playoffs, and for a lot of these guys, this is the last time they're going to get a playoff. So just leave it all out there. Just keep trying to put runs on the board and keep getting to that next batter. Still got to keep the energy up.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it's died down a little bit here in the crowd, and a lot of that could be with Riverton and Lehigh starting to come into the ballpark for their game, which is supposed to be scheduled right now. So we'll welcome our new audience here that is hoping to watch Lehigh Riverton. You'll have to wait just a little bit longer. And a swing and a miss. Oh, they actually say it was hit off the bat, so foul. So that bat will stay alive. Here for number 24, that's Cade Carter. Homestead. Yeah, he had to reach for that one. That one's foul.
Yeah, it's just called getting fooled. He was probably expecting something else, and maybe wasn't expecting a slider, whatever that was, curveball. That probably was a little more dirty than he was expecting. So that's just called expecting a fastball or something else inside, and it wasn't that. But he fought it off, though. He got his hands out there. Balk?
And a balk.
Looks like he tripped or something.
Yeah, he must have tripped on the mound.
There.
Yeah. The mound monster.
It's that patch, man. It's over there on the mound. Look at that thing. I'm telling you.
No, I did that as like a football joke as kids like trip on the turf monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called that the mound monster.
Yeah, it's a mound monster. Look at that thing. It's got that patch out just like home plate.
Just trying to find his footing.
Yep.
But either way, he'll advance to second is Livingston off the balk. One's outside, ball one. Over to second. Couldn't quite haul it in. Now we've got runners on the corners with no outs. So Jordan with a little bit of life.
Yeah. I mean, just put the ball in play. You know what I mean? That's just keep doing that. That's all you can do. I'd probably say that's a hit, but it looks like they're giving him an error. I don't know. That's a tough play. I'd probably give him a hit, but the scoreboard says otherwise.
So E4. The first error for the Cavemen. 3 errors for the Beetdiggers. And 1 run on 3 hits for Jordan, and then 10 runs on 12 hits for American Fork. It's outside, ball 2.
Jordan's shown a little bit of life here. Getting a couple guys on. They're not just laying. They're not rolling over. They're putting guys on. Still having good at bats. Just not swinging at everything. Just staying within themselves, and that's all you can ask in a team like Jordan right now, especially in this situation.
Isaac Salazar.
They look at that, just having solid at bats.
Scored the only run for him, and now he bats one in. So an RBI single for Isaac Salazar. So now it's an 8-run lead. 10-2, and
Pitching coach coming out.
pitching coach will come out. Tell the sophomore, calm down. Want to remind you, coverage brought to you by Waddips Insurance Agency. While we all love spending time supporting our high school teams, Waddips Insurance Agency is the team that will support and help protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental, properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Waddips Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program. Also by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance, 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tab responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. Trevor Allen, Taylor Morris, Austin Bigelow here with you on this Monday night. Finishing up Game 3 of our quadruple header here in bracket play of the 6A baseball tournament here at Miller Field, just south of Lavelle Edwards Stadium.
I say a beautiful night, and I say a beautiful night because we're inside the warm.
Yeah, it's probably a beautiful night, but it's a cold night.
It is a cold night.
Because, the sun is out now, but it's on the wrong side, so...
I don't think the sun has done anything
today.
It
isn't shining down on Austin Bigelow, that's for sure. Oh, 1 the count.
Looks like the American Fork bench wanted that one. Looked like it was pretty close. Playing with that outside corner there.
And Tucker Zalman's in to bat since he's in at pitcher. Grounded to short. We'll throw over to first for the out. It was bobbled there, so couldn't quite get the double play.
And the runner did a good job there too, and that's kind of how you teach it, especially on turf where it's not going to take a bad hop. He kind of ran right over it, let it go between his legs, and what it does is basically prevents the shortstop from seeing that ball until it comes between his legs, so it kind of gives him less time to react, grab it, and throw to second, right? Now, when you're playing on dirt, that's a little more tricky because sometimes it takes a bad hop, pops up, hits you in the leg, then you're out, right? You kind of just defeated the purpose, So on turf, it's a lot easier to do. You can just run right over the top of it and try to throw the infielder off, which is exactly what happened there. It seemed like, they had a hard time, especially, Bodie, just kind of seeing that ball come to the shortstop, between the runner's legs, which is, you just try taking every advantage you can in those situations.
That one's outside for ball 1 as we will now see C.J. Sumner. He batted in a run off of a sacrifice fly in his last at bat. Also reached base on balls.
Yeah, shown some fight here. I love to see this. I think that this also bodes well for, if they lose this game, for the next game. Just saying, hey, look,
build
we
a little
can
bit
create
of
some momentum going into the next game. We've got some extra bats. We want to finish this game strong still, whether we win or lose.
Well, no matter who they face, whether it's in the winner's bracket or loser's bracket, you've got a tough team tomorrow.
Yep.
In either Lehigh or Riverton. Because once you get to bracket play, you've got 8 of the best teams in your classification.
Yep. That's hard. You don't really get a night off.
No, you
gotta
don't
get
get a
back at
night
it.
off, and you really have to earn your state championship, which is why I think the week-long bracket play is awesome, as the runner will head home. So he's safe off the sacrifice fly, another one. So C.J. Sumner back-to-back sacrifice flies. And now it's a 10-3 lead for American Fork.
At play number 12, Gage and Alder.
Don't know what.
So Cade Carter scored that run, and now Salazar will stay at second.
Coach for Jordan seemed like he was kind of mentioning maybe the catcher for American Fork in Cash blocking the plate a little bit. Don't know if that's exactly what he asked. It's just my guess. Seemed like the umpire was talking to the catcher about, hey, just got to be off the plate a little more.
Strike one. Here to Gage Nalder. Has a double and a strikeout. And nearly hit him. Can't quite get the read on who's playing in left field for the Cavemen now that Ty Homestead is pitching. I think I saw number 9 out there. Maybe it was number 8. Colby Larson. Oh, it can't be number 9, so that's Talon Willardson. So yeah, it is number 8. Colby Larson is playing in left field for Ty Homestead, who's pitching. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, runner on second. A wild pitch there. That will bring Salazar to third.
Homestead just got to get back in it, back in the zone here. I mean, again, I know you've had a couple runs, but the last thing you want to do, especially if you've got a lead like this, is start walking people. So, got to still stay aggressive. I mean, that's the reason you got the lead.
Foul. And strike 3, so great way to end is he's caught looking, and that'll end the inning. So we will go to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th. With American Fork coming to the plate next here on KSLSports.com. Bottom of the 6th. Could potentially be the last time that we see American Fork at the plate tonight, as Jordan will be down to their final 3 outs at the top of the 7th, or if they can plate 3 runs in, that'll end the game with the 10-run rule. Trevor Allen, Taylor Morris, and Zalman already at 27 pitches, so he's nearing that one-day rest mark. As Ty Homestead, now the pitcher, is at the plate. And Ty has had a great game. An RBI double, has reached base on balls twice, and has scored 2 runs.
Just means he's staying patient, right? 2 walks and double, not enforcing things, let the ball come to him and attack when it makes sense. Again, when you have guys at the bottom lineup like Homestead that can hit doubles and go 1 for 1 and 2 walks, I mean, it just helps carry your team because when your bottom of your lineup's hitting really well, I mean, it just makes you a really dangerous team.
We have had a home run in this game. That was by Talon Willardson back in the 3rd inning. Absolutely crushed that thing.
Yeah.
You think anyone still has found it?
No, I don't think so. I think that ball's gone. Or at least it's broken.
Well,
The
you
cover's
ought
coming off.
to get 2 free Frosties if you find that
Oh,
one.
for sure.
So are you going to go find it
Yes.
after this game?
I'll get all the free frosties I can get. I mean, just because we got some handed to us doesn't mean I'm going to
It
earn.
means you're
not earn
greedy.
more.
That's what it means.
I'm going to earn more. I'm going to earn more. You know, why stop with 2? Why stop at 3? I'll get more than that.
Homestead facing a 1-2 count.
Nobody ever said they had.
Or
too many
excuse me, 2-2.
Frosties.
Yeah. I mean, let's see.
Homestead battling.
Yep, fouled that one off. Count goes full.
Zalman's approaching the 35, so it looks like coach is going to leave him in. He's going to have to rest today, but didn't have too many innings, so I think that maybe, I don't know if he's just a filler, you know, for just getting him through the innings.
Relief.
Yeah.
Homestead sends that one to right field, and the catch is made for out number 1.
Just based off the stats, that's what
Yeah.
I think it is. But, yeah, maybe they're saving him. Maybe they're saving him.
Coming to play for the Cavemen, number 7, Boston Jones.
Number 7 coming in to the lineup for the Cavemen. That is Boston Jones. Called strike. He painted that corner. And that's officially his 35th pitch. And now he'll officially have to have at least 1 day rest, as that one is sent into right center field, and that'll be a double as it's not hauled in. Now it's a triple. He's going to get. Oh, his coach was telling him you probably could have made it.
He tripped.
But he tripped over the bag. So that's still a triple for Boston Jones.
What a swing, though. Looks like he had it in the park home run. He must have tripped or something. That's what we call a sniper.
Oh,
Trevor.
man.
So someone is up in these lights, and they're sniping. And someone sniped at his feet. That's what we call a sniper.
Oh,
so
man.
He got sniped. But it's all right. He got a triple out of it. At least he didn't get out.
Still,
after a sniper.
that's tough. Because he's probably going to look back on this and be like, I had a chance at an inside the park home run.
Yeah. I mean, but if their team wins, you know, he'll probably like, yeah, whatever. You know, just trying to help my team win. That's kind of how I'd feel. It doesn't matter to me as long as we win.
Now we're back to the top of the order with Beetdiggers.
Of course, I didn't run very fast, so I didn't really get an opportunity to get a lot of triples anyway.
I was going to say, did you get any triples?
Not that I can remember.
We'll have to ask Coach.
Maybe in Little League.
We'll have to ask Coach. That will be a base hit into shallow center, and Boston Jones will come home. So that'll score a run. He was walking a little gingerly to the dugout. Good on him, though.
I think he, got a little hurt there. Hope he's all right.
So that's an RBI single for Gajero. Gavin Robinson is at the plate. 2 RBI double in his last at bat, and later scored a run.
You're talking about that last at bat there. That's what we call a little duck fart.
Called a what?
A duck fart. A little duck fart over the infield. You know, just a little blooper.
Okay.
You know, just something where you get something on the hands and Probably should be a pop-up. The infield's in. You get a base hit out of it. It looks like a line drive on the scorebook. That's the best part.
Yeah.
So you can tell everybody, I hit the crap out of that ball. It was a little
Until they
blooper,
go
but-
back and watch the
Well,
tape.
they don't need to watch the film. You just tell them hey, don't go watch
Well,
the
for
film.
here, you can go watch the film.
Yep.
But
that's
you
true.
can't in every game.
That's true.
But in the playoffs, you can.
You try to control the narrative. No.
Especially if you know that your home for high school championships in Utah is on KSLSports.com. Zalman trying to get the runner at first out. Gajero. 0-1 the count. 1 out. And it's 11-3. Again, for those of you tuning in, hoping to see Riverton and Lehigh, we're running a little late here. Have been pretty much all day. And so we will get to this one. It'll probably be around 8 o'clock. Because they've got to give time for warm-ups. The mound meeting, or the plate meeting. That one's into right field. And out number 2. And the runner will stay at first.
Coming to the plate, number 17, Kenny Johnson. Number 5, Cash Polson.
Cash Polson coming to the plate. But yeah, so got to take some time to turn things around. You don't really have to prep the field because it's all turf.
Exactly.
But yeah, so give it about 30 to 40 minutes between games. So my best guess is just a little after 8 o'clock. And Cash Polson. Two balls, no strikes. With 2 outs. Here's the pitch. When sent to deep center field, but it's hauled in for the 3rd out of the inning. So the final 3 outs coming up, unless Jordan can make a big rally here in the top of the 7th here on KSLSports.com. Top of the 7th, Trevor Allen, Taylor Morris here with you. Final 3 outs here for the Beetdiggers, unless they can bring in 8 runs. Otherwise, they will be in the 1-loss bracket tomorrow, and they'll play at 1:30, the loser of Riverton and Lehigh, which is our game coming up next. And the American Fork Cavemen will play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, or roughly, as you can tell, we're a little bit behind.
Or 8.
Or 8 o'clock, or 8:30. They will play the winner of our next game. So we've already got the bracket 2 matchups for tomorrow set, with number 2 Mountain Ridge facing number 3 Lone Peak in our first game tomorrow, Taylor.
That'll be a fun one.
And then 1:30 will be the one-loss bracket from here in bracket 1. And then after that, at 4:30 will be number 7 Sky Ridge and number 11 Corner Canyon. And then at 7 o'clock will be American Fork, as long as everything goes well here for them. They will face the winner of Lehigh and Riverton. So for those of you familiar with the College World Series format, that's exactly what this is. So you've got 2 brackets that are double elimination, as that is a strikeout for, it looks like, another pitching change. Thanks for pointing that out, Taylor. And
Jen's
you know
Price.
why? It's Jen's Price, and that's why Boston Jones came in for Jen's Price.
Look at that. Just 1 + 1 = 2.
I'm just doing math here. Math is doing math, Taylor.
You're mathing.
I'm mathing right now. So Jen's Price is in. Ty Homestead, solid outing. Probably trying to save him for later on in this tournament.
Yeah, and I think he wished he wouldn't have given up those 2 runs, but, you know, they got a long way to go, right? Like, they got to save their arms, so I think he's just being strategic with his arms.
Here's the pitch. One the count, 1 out. Trying to get that number because that's not on the batting lineup. It's not Cody Kemp. That's number 23 for Jordan. Jaden Montoya.
Yep.
So he's in. And a full count for Jaden. Jens Price with the pitch. Outside will walk him. Then we go back to the top of the order. Dallin Mulder will come to the plate. For Dallin, what struck out looking his last at bat and now faces an 0-1 count. That one's high. I believe for a ball, 2. Is that what you have, Taylor?
I got 1-1.
You got 1-1. So does the scoreboard.
Yeah, he first pitch was a strike. Nice pitch.
Now it's strike 2.
Just a nice little curveball there. Now he's got a 1-2. Now he can either, paint the outside. He could throw another curveball in the dirt. Might get him chasing or something. So we'll see what he does.
The pitch. Two now. This place is starting to fill up fast with, you could see a lot of Lehigh and Riverton.
Yeah, it's probably the most full we've seen it all day.
Well, it's also at night with people out of work.
That's true.
And that one goes to first. Tries to get the double play and safe, so.
Fielder's choice there. I mean, that's the right play by first baseman. Just unfortunately,
he was already right there,
first.
yeah.
He was pretty fast, so he got there pretty quick.
So down to their final out. And coming to the plate is Beckham Livingston. Had a single in his last at-bat.
Man, it's a beautiful thing when you can throw that curveball for a strike like that and not hang it. I mean, just sets the tone for the at-bat.
Yeah, it looks as though Coach Ingersoll has a very loaded bullpen full of very talented pitchers at his disposal this week.
It's a nice luxury.
It's probably why they win a lot of state championships.
I think you're right. I think you're right. If you had to put your finger on it.
They're trying to buck that trend of winning it only in odd years.
Yeah.
So they're trying to do an even year and go back-to-back for the first time since the 80s. And that one hit him. Oh, he's telling him, yep, you stay there. So hit by pitch for Beckham Livingston. Cade Carter now trying to keep the rally going here for the Beetdiggers. Check swing. Saying no. Ball 1. While we're in a little bit of the low time here, Taylor, let's start thinking of our player of the game. Where I would say 3 options here. Talon Willardson, because he smacked that home run. But another guy is Gavin Robinson, who had a 2 RBI double. Or I think probably the front runner here is Taggart Bentley, who had 3 hits, had a triple, a double, a single, nearly hit for the cycle.
Yeah, I think it's either Taggart or just Kenny, also being a good pitcher.
And Kenny pitching,
so it's between those two. I lean Taggart.
Should we give an honorable mention to Kenny?
Yeah, I think that's deserved.
Because Kenny had 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, and he did what he needed to do, right? 4 innings, scored, only allowed 1. So maybe they can be
co-players of the game.
Yeah, co-players of the game.
So our Tab Bank co-players of the game will be Kenny Johnson and Taggart Bentley. Both productive. Final strike, full count. Here for Jens Price. Here's the pitch. And that one's lifted into foul over by the Jordan dugout, and it's going to go be a free Frosty for someone.
Free Frosty. See, announcers all over it.
Well, because they knew that it's not, like it's within someone who's already sitting in the stands. Yep. Instead of like out in the parking lot or over the fence, clear over there by those buildings that maybe broke a window.
I still got my eye on a few that I can see, so I'm going to go out and get them.
And strike pitch. 3, so backwards K to end this one for Jens Price, and that'll end the ball game. 11-3 is our final score. So Jordan will go down so that will put American Fork into tomorrow night's 7 o'clock game, playing the winner of Riverton Lehigh. And the Jordan Beetdiggers will play tomorrow at 1:30, the loser of Lehigh and Riverton. For Austin Bigelow, Taylor Morris, I'm Trevor Allen. We will stop the stream for a little bit, but come back. We've got a doozy, 4 versus 5 seed, Lehigh Riverton, right here on KSLSports.com.